Hi, welcome to Brunch with Brian, your fun real estate live stream. We're here every Monday through Friday at this exact time, always bringing you great real estate investing training and making it fun. We honor special days and sometimes call out birthdays, and we have affirmations, deep breathing, positivity, smiling, and all that. How can you get that anywhere else? You can't. So I'm glad you're here with Brunch with Brian, and today it's Formal Dining Room Friday. So what do we do on Formal Dining Room Friday? We light up the candles. Oh, that was a good catch. Okay, so we light up our candles on Formal Dining Room Friday. This is that cool lighter I like. Whoosh, like a butane torch. All right, got to light the candles to start our special session. Today we're going to talk about the numbers game. Real estate is all about numbers. Real estate's a numbers game. And we're actually going to illustrate that. That's why I'm wearing my dice shirt. Bought this in Vegas. Yes, go Vegas. What happens in Vegas, right? So I got a whole bunch of dice from our Yahtzee game because we love Yahtzee. And real estate's about numbers. So I'm going to do a little really cool demonstration with these dice in a minute. And we're going to roll numbers and we're going to add them up. And we're going to see how the numbers work, okay? And I'm going to tell you right now that if you roll a 10, if you have two dice and you roll a 10 or higher or an 11 or higher, that actually gives you a pretty decent idea of how many deals you could get out of how many leads. So I'm going to show you a little example about that in just a minute. First of all, guys, it is team recognition day today. So special days of the day. It's cookie day, so you got to eat a cookie day, and it's dice day. So obviously dice day is why we're fooling around with dice today. Wildlife conservation and lots of other good things. And Santa's list day. So make up your list for Santa today. So that's great. And guys, you know, it's funny because I used to like to shoot craps out on the stoop. And I went to a shrink and I said, "Hey, doc, I kind of have a gambling problem. Is there anything I could do?" And she said, "No dice." Okay, I love that one. Okay, so let's do our affirmation. Oh, when we're smiling, that's the best time to do your deep breathing. Keep that smile going. Let's take a nice deep breath in. Hold it a sec and let it go. And remember to loosen up. This is a nice loose shirt on me today. You can loosen up your muscles, your shoulders and your neck. Another deep breath. Hold it a sec and keep your smile going. Another deep breath in. Hold it a little bit and I tell you, deep breathing has massively improved my lung capacity. I can breathe in a lot deeper and more air now than I could before I started doing a lot of deep breathing. So that's a really good thing. So we're talking about, let's do our affirmations, guys. Let's do some simple ones today, like just simple ones. And this is one I want you to be able to access at any time. Things are looking up. Just say that. Say, things are looking up. Okay, everybody, let's say it one more time. Things are looking up. Okay, just say that. It's not, you're not having some big, I am the most powerful human being in the universe. That's, you know, you don't have to do that. Sometimes it's just that will turn your thinking because, you know, let's face it, like thoughts attract. And that's what we talk about all the time here with the law of attraction. And if you're on a negative tangent, you're drawing in negativity and negative thoughts. But if you're on a positive tangent, like I will give a shout out to Damien in our group. He got on a really positive tangent in our mastermind group and is about to cash in a check coming up this next week and is really rolling. And a lot of that is through networking. So let me just give a shout out to networking, by the way. So really you can get on the right tangent with an affirmation. I got a couple more. I'm getting better and better. Now, sometimes people like to say in every way, every day in every way. I'm getting better and better in every way, every day. Some form of that. Or I'm getting better every day. I'm getting better every day. As simple as that. Let's all say that. I'm getting better every day. Again, I'm getting better every day. Yeah, and guys, you can say these things even if you're sitting in an office with a bunch of people around. Just whisper it, but I want those words out. Vocalizing it and having yourself hear those words, especially with confidence. See, that's really the key with affirmations. You can't just say, I feel like I'm the best. That's terrible. I feel like I'm the best. I don't even like the feel like. I just say I'm the best. You want to be super positive, because guys, there's 100 things in your life that are sucking away your confidence and drawing confidence away. So, and there's all the, that's why don't expose yourself to things that are sapping your confidence. If you're watching something and feeling less confident, or exposing yourself to something and feeling less confident, that's the wrong input. You should be on Brunch with Brian, where we build up confidence and feel more powerful. Jay-Z's 51. Now, when I do birthday shout outs, I like to either use the people as a role model or maybe an object lesson. Now, Jay-Z's very, very popular. He married Beyonce. That's a pretty big win. So he's a good role model. Jeff Bridges. See, Jeff Bridges, I always loved as an actor, and I always thought he was really terrific. He's the Big Lebowski. A lot of people know him from that. And Marissa Tomei is 56 today. Now, she won an Academy Award for her role in what movie? That's the quiz for today. Usually I have a historical quiz, but there wasn't anything that really popped up in the history today. So what did Marissa Tomei win a Best Supporting Actress Oscar for? Okay, let's look at the numbers now. How is dice numbers? How many dice do we have right here? Okay, so we've got, okay, can you zoom in on this, Van? Okay, so we've got 15 dice. Okay, let's just use 10. We'll use 10 dice, and I'm going to roll it once. Now, what should be the total of 10 dice? What should be the total? If it was a perfect average and I rolled these 10 dice, what should it be? You know what it should be? It should be 35. Okay, because 35 would be 3.5. It'd be an exact average of the dice. So what do we got? We got 10, we got 18, 20, 32, 38, 40. Okay, so 5 high on the 35. So that was a good roll. See, I got 3 6s in there. Also got 2 1s, but I got 3 5s. So that's kind of a high roll. So that was 40, right? So let's see on this one. Ooh, that's another super high roll. Okay, I'm totally blowing my stats. That's a massive high roll. I've always been good at rolling 6s, but we're at 24, 30, 44. Okay, that's way too high. 44. Now I got to roll like a 25. Okay, let's see if I get a low roll here. Okay, what do we got here? We got 10, 22, 25, 28. Okay, now there you go, 28. So now that 28, remember 35 is our average. So that 28 was low. And then we had a 40 and a 42. But guess what? That 42, which was high, is perfectly balanced out by the 28. So if you roll these 1,000 times, guess what you're going to have? You're going to have an average of 35, statistically speaking. So when you are out there doing your closing calls and getting your leads, now I'm going to say that part of this is dependent on how you get your leads. So if you've got people finding you on like Facebook and they love you and you've got some good stuff up there, so they're coming in warm and they're calling you. Okay, you got a very high percentage chance of closing that deal. However, if this is an outbound call to somebody on Zillow who just listed today, what are the chances that you're going to get that one? Probably, a lot slimmer. Usually when people list on the first day, they're not quite ready to consider doing something with creative financing, although, some are, so you never know for sure. But if overall, all the calls you make, we're hoping that you actually physically close 1 to 10 to 1 out of 20. Okay, so what if I'm rolling these dice, 1 in 36, I'm going to get 2 6s. So what do they call that? Who knows what they call that? Do you guys know what they call that? Who knows what they call 2 1s? If I roll 2 1s, what do they call that? What do they call it? Most people know that one. That one's snake eyes. Okay, most people know snake eyes. But what's it called if I roll 2 6s? That's another word. Okay, so let's roll. And now if you play this game with yourself, get some dice at home. And let's say you want to close, let's say you're getting some inbound leads, some inbound calls, you're doing some marketing. Maybe you can convert 1 out of 13, let's say. That's the way the numbers work. So if you roll, if you're rolling for just a 12, you only have a 1 in 36 chance. So you got to roll it maybe 36 times, but guess what? Maybe you got to roll it 2 times. You never know when when the 2 6s is going to come up. Do we have any input on that, Van? Either one of the quick trivia questions for today? The first trivia question, what did Marissa Tomei win an Academy Award for?
Carl says, My Cousin Vinny.
My Cousin Vinny, that's right. That's even been in the news lately. But yes, My Cousin Vinny. And everybody was kind of shocked, actually, because it was kind of a comedy movie, and you don't normally get winners out of that, but that was cool because I've always liked her a lot. She's really awesome in The Wrestler. If you want an interesting movie, you got to go for gritty, though. This is Mickey Rourke playing a gritty, dirty old wrestler who lives in a trailer park. So, but it's really good. Marissa Tomei is awesome in it. So let's roll our dice now. If you were going to close 1 out of 36, so that's really cold leads. That's you calling off Zillow. Yeah, another thing, Ben?
Oh, we got the other answer. Robert says boxcar.
Boxcars, that's right. So that's what they call it, boxcars. And so we're going to roll. Now, if you were only closing 1 out of 36, which would be just straight up cold calling, maybe not great leads. Is that chair in the way, Van? Then you would probably have to roll boxcars. But if you've got some leads coming in, and if you're getting better on the phone, I would hope that you're getting your closing ratio up to 1 out of 13, let's say. Now, guess what? If you roll an 11 or 12, if you roll just a 12, it's only 1 out of 36. But if you're rolling for an 11 or 12, it's actually 1 out of 13, 3 out of 36. So, and if you roll a 10, 11, or 12, what are your chances on that? It's actually 1 in 6. So I will say that Lynette is probably more like she could roll a 10, 11, or 12 because she's just really good on the phone. And of course, it does matter, you know, the source of the leads, how hot they are coming in. All right, so let me roll. Let's see how fast we get a deal. For you guys who are brand new, you'd have to get a steak eyes. Okay, that's, now this could take a lot of rolls, right? Because what do I have to get? I have to get 10 or better for, that's 1 in 6. Now that would be Lynette closing a deal. So far that's 3. Oh, almost 4. Oh, snake eyes. Where's all those high, big rolls? Where's all those 6s I was having before? Okay, so see now, sometimes you get a lot of bad leads. Here's some bad leads, guys. I'm getting all 4s and 5s, and I'm not getting any high numbers here. Where's all my 6s? Okay, 9. So see, that's how it goes sometimes, doesn't it? Sometimes you got to roll a lot of dice. You got to talk to a lot of sellers. So, but guess what? Every time you roll the dice, it's every time you talk to another seller, it's like rolling the dice, isn't it? So let's get it. Let's get it now, guys. Let's get a big number here. Come on, baby. There you go. Bang. See, I can psych into the dice and get it when I want. So an 11, what's the chances on 11 again? 1 out of 13 that you're going to get an 11 or 12. So it took me, I don't know, that was probably 10 rolls though. So 1 out of 13, that was probably about right. I probably rolled it about 13 times before I got my 11. Now I needed a 10, 11 or 12 is 1 out of 13. So guys, you can play this little game and say, okay, I think I can close 1 out of 13. But remember, how many calls do you have to make? And what's a closing call? A closing call is you getting on the phone with a seller, somebody who's actually currently trying to sell their house, and put the words out, would you consider monthly payments? Remember, that's really what this boils down to. It's, you know, selling for cash through, bank loan of your buyer, or your buyer comes in with cash, versus taking monthly payments and getting all the rest that you're waiting for later, getting the mortgage paid off later. So again, that's your 1 out of 13 that you, or 1 out of 10, or whatever it is, depending on your leads. Again, remember, if you are doing some good marketing, if you're doing stuff on the internet, if you're sending out letters, people who call you off that's better than 1 out of 13. That's going to be your warm leads. And so I'm hoping those are 1 out of 6. And for that, you only have to roll a 10 or higher. So this is kind of a fun game, but what's the overall lesson, guys? That real estate is a numbers game. And you just have to make enough calls. What are the chances that in 2 rolls I can get a 10 or 11 or 12? Not, you know, it's long odds, but I want great odds. And so what does that mean I have to do? It means I have to roll the dice a lot. So what's that mean to you? Make a lot of closing calls. The more you can make, the more times you roll the dice, the more chances you're going to get a 10, 11, or 12, or an 11 or 12. Okay, so that's what we're going for. It's those rare ones that you have to maybe roll the dice quite a lot, like I had to there. It was good that I didn't get it right away, because most of you guys don't get a deal right away, although I have seen that. I've seen people bring in leads to an event, and we get on the phone with them and we close them for you. Now that is going to improve your odds the best. If you're working with us and we can help you and we can call your leads for you, your odds have just gone way, way up. Now it's like roll a 9 or better and you're going to get that deal. So that's really, think about this as a numbers game. And sometimes that takes some of the stress out of it, because you just have to produce a certain number of closing calls. Yes, you can be much better on your closing calls, and that's going to really improve your conversion ratio. What we're talking about here is conversion ratio. So whenever I talk about 1 out of 10, 1 out of 13, 1 out of 20, that's your conversion ratio, 5%. Hopefully you have at least a 5% conversion ratio, which would mean 1 out of 20. But hopefully, like you'll get good like Lynette, and you'll use our scripts, all of our scripts, and the what to say and what to do. And I talked to you guys about the new script tablet we have, where you can follow the scripts right off the tablet. I'm telling you, that could make the difference. That's the difference in real estate, guys. When I'm rolling these dice, it's totally up to chance. It's up to fate. I can't really control the dice, although sometimes in my mind I think I can. Like I psyched into it and I rolled that 11. So that's a little bit of a nebulous area, but generally, guys, you don't have control over how the dice goes, right? I mean, literally, you don't have control. Once you roll these, you're going to get some kind of a number. But in real estate, you do have control. So the better you get at your closing calls, the more you practice, the more you role play, all of a sudden you're going to be playing with loaded dice. So that's what we want for you guys. So have a great weekend. I'm excited for all you guys to get out there, make some calls. Remember, every time you call this weekend, you're rolling the dice again, and hopefully it's going to come out boxcars for you. So do some great calls this weekend, and we'll see you back here on Monday. We're going to have a great week next week, and we're going to be helping out at the Quick Start Real Estate School there too. So you'll be seeing us there. And but until, have a great weekend. Be safe. It's kind of raging out there, guys. Everybody knows it. Even it doesn't matter your political bent at this point. It's just staying safe, and that's what we're all trying to do. And so let's keep focused on that, and have a great weekend, and make a lot of calls so you can roll the dice and win. So till Monday, keep expecting success and taking action and rolling those dice.